Hey guys!
What's up?
Welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be discussing a very popular and frankly controversial novel called The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. For those of you who aren't too familiar, Morrison tells the tragic story of Pecola Breedlove, a young black girl growing up in Morrison's hometown of Lorain, Ohio after the Great Depression.
There are several elements and themes within this book, definitely worth talking about, and our plan for today is to share some of those with you all. If you've read the book, you can probably protest to the fact that there is more of a focus on the downfalls of society than anything else.
The main characters in this novel consist of children around the ages of 8 and 11. As many may know, this is the most essential time in a child's life where even the littlest things can influence them, whether it be positively or negatively. When looking at how childhood experience and its impacts on children that are developing into young adults, it's clear that the experiences they go through during their youth affect how they act within society.
That's right, and to think about it from another angle, actually, children around this age, especially younger as well, are really a sponge for the messages, subtle or direct, that society relays to them. This ingrained sense of what their environment is and the expectations that come with it, like it or not, will impact these children for quite likely the rest of their lives.
Exactly, and this isn't just an epidemic within the time period that the Bluest Eye takes place in. It's even prevalent in today's society. I actually saw this really insightful article on the idea of self-fulfilling prophecy. Even though it might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, it's actually a real-life issue regarding the impacts of poverty and maleducation on younger age groups.
This self-fulfilling prophecy mainly states that when a person unknowingly causes a prediction to come true about them, due to the simple fact that he or she believes that it will come true, whether they do something about it or not. In simple terms, if I were to tell my child every single day that they were stupid or if they were going to become a criminal in the future, they would inevitably believe that. Now, I never would under any circumstances would say that to my child, but there are millions of children around the world that go through that experience every single day and just so happen to live under the poverty threshold. These children are told on a daily basis by their peers and adults and society in general that they will never amount to anything, inevitably causing their self-esteem to diminish as well as becoming harmful to society.
But actually, given a bit research, it becomes extremely clear that this is no coincidence. The futures of children and their childhood are very interconnected.
While researching more on this topic, I actually came across an article called World Children's Rights Day. To start us off, as quoted in the article, World Children's Rights Day is a reminder to parents that their primordial responsibility for their children and their primary duty as parents is to take care of their children and provide adequately for them, not only in material goods, but also in love, affection, and filial piety. Now, personally, I love this. Although we both low-key have a bias because we are children. At least I'm pretty sure teenagers fall under the child category. But besides the point, children want love and care from their parents, so when they are even the least bit neglected, they lash out. In The Bluest Eye, Morrison writes about a boy named Louis Jr., who goes by Junior.
He is around Pecola's age and just wants to be loved by his mom, but sadly he does not receive any of that. Junior's mom, Geraldine, has given her cat all the love in the world, neglecting her son of the attention he so desired. His way of coping with this rejection was by simply abusing others around him. He would make fun of those who walked by, or he would be violent towards the cat when his mother wasn't home.
Sadly, we miss this day, but mark your calendars, ladies and gents. World Children's Rights Day is on November 20th. I know I'll be reminding my parents.
That's actually a really good point you brought up, and don't worry, I will 100% be telling my parents about World Children's Rights Day. But to continue, as I was saying, you brought up a great point about Junior and his mother neglecting him. Children will do anything to get attention, whether it be good or bad. In my opinion, I believe that Junior was acting rude and violent towards others as a silent cry for help and some kind of attention to fill the void that his mother left.
Now, every bad situation has a silver lining, and we're here to inform you all that how to limit this from happening and some tips when you believe that there's a child in need that is going through this situation. The tragedy that is the negative effects of a poorly educated childhood has only progressed with time, and if acknowledged more often, can truly be solved.
As said by author Ethel Houston, the sooner The sooner a parent/guardian can intervene, the more likely the child will have to not become a delinquent. In Canada's 2008 election, child development and stress on good education at an early age were overlooked, which in the long run will end up being more detrimental than gathering the efforts in the present. By putting significantly more work into children's rights for education, as well as the values instilled in them at that young age, we are benefiting everyone in the equation.
In an article titled Effects of Childhood Gymnastics Programs on Spatial Working Memory that I read, it was actually stated that by becoming active and having regular access to some form of exercise and entertainment, children are significantly better off in the long run.
It's crazy how little things like participating in social activities can change the outcome of a child's future so easily.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's why I found it the most interesting. In the Bluest Eye, children were mentally and physically abused and deprived of a childhood necessity of exercise and entertainment. Even when they did get a chance at it, the form of entertainment was warping to their idea of beauty and how life should be. For example, when Piccola was idolizing Mary Jane's, a type of candy that had a white girl on the front of the package, it was detrimental to her idea of beauty because it was making her think about white as beauty and definitely not her skin color. Polly and Charlie also couldn't provide the time, money, or effort that would have been beneficial to Piccola and the other children in the novel and give them this sense of entertainment and something to do. Now, imagine how different the book would be if all those children had access to the entertainment like other children today. It's miraculous how their lives would have changed. This really makes you wonder, how we could help each child that could benefit and thrive from this.
Now, as we end this podcast, we would just like to repeat that giving children equal opportunities for education and social activities can influence them in the long run. Also, acknowledging that the characters from The Bluest Eye are prime examples of children who are deprived of these benefits. Overall, it's pretty clear to us, and hopefully now to you guys, that by having a valuable childhood, you are destined for a successful future.
For those of you who tuned into this podcast, we hope you enjoyed, and we thank you for joining us. We are Sydney and Haley, and we hope you stick around for another one of our podcasts. Bye!